Hi guys and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to become this spider queen. I kind of look a little bit crazy and I kind of love it. It's Halloween. This is a really easy makeup look to do. It maybe doesn't look it, but I promise you anyone can do this. This is so easy. It might look a bit complex, but this is just like the super easiest makeup look that I've ever done for Halloween. It takes me, I would say, about 40 minutes, but that's just because I like to be a perfectionist and I like to really sit there and blend and take time. But by all means, you take as long as or as short as you need. This makeup look, however, is created entirely by things you will already own in your collection. Apart from maybe the green, that's kind of like the one thing that I'd probably say maybe not everyone has in their collection. By all means, swap it out for like an electric blue or a red, some kind of cool, vibrant colour. This green is just, I'm going for this green because I never wear green. So yeah, this whole look, this makeup, the dress, everything you can do with all the stuff that you've already got at home. My outfit just consists of a black dress. It has got like this white stitching on, which kind of looks like cobwebs, I think. But you can wear any black dress. Perhaps you can wear some fishnet tights or some black tights and some black shoes, and you kind of already look the part of this spider-esque sort of character. And then I just opted for a sleek high-up ponytail, but of course if you are better at hair than me, then go for something crazy and wacky because it's Halloween. So yeah, without further ado, if you want to know how to get this super easy spider queen-esque look, then keep on watching and grab your makeup bag because you have the tools to create this look too. So because we're going to be using a full coverage foundation, I'm going to go into this MUA Pro Base Softening Facial Oil Stick. It just looks like this. I've actually really been loving this at the moment. I pulled this in my Superdrug haul quite a few weeks ago. They're about £5 each, but you can usually get it on offer. And I really like using the oil stick, especially with kind of full coverage matte foundations. I just feel like it makes my face look nice and glowy and it doesn't look too heavy on the skin. So for foundation, we're going to go into the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Longwear Liquid Foundation in the shade 3. This is a little bit yellow on me, so sorry if we don't colour match, but I'm just using this as an example of a full coverage longwear foundation. So I'm just taking like a good pump of that, and then every pump that I do use, I'm just going to take literally just like one drop of oil, maybe two actually, and then I'm just going to pounce that in with my sponge. Okay, so that's just one pump of foundation and that's been oiled down, so you can see the coverage of this foundation. It's quite something. Because this foundation is such full coverage, I'm just going to go in with a very lightweight concealer just to literally scoop the inner corner more than anything else. And this is just the Primark concealer, one of my faves. This is a bit pinker toned just so that I don't look so yellow around the eyes as well. But you know, it's Halloween, you can afford to look weird, it doesn't matter. And just while the concealer is still wet, I'm going to go in with a Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. I actually really like this one. I didn't like it at first and it started to grow on me a little bit, so I'm just going to go into that with, I'm just going to go in with a brush on this one. So I'm just setting under the eye area there, and then I'm going to do the same with the lid. And the reason I'm setting the lid instead of just going straight in with shadow is because I want like a really nice smoky soft look for the top. And then I'm just going to take that powder just where I put the concealer around my nose and on my top lip because I sweat like a biatch there. Do you know what I really need to do? Is shave my tash because I can see hair there, so if you can see hair there, I'm sorry. So while I let my base set, I'm going to go into this brow pomade by Makeup Revolution, and this is the brow pomade in medium brown. This is actually really quite too dark for my brows, but it's the one I go to when I want really dark brows, especially for dramatic looks like this. So my intention with this look is actually to keep it really basic and use colours and things that everyone would have in their collection, or what I'm assuming everyone would have in their collection. Not necessarily like this foundation or this primer, I'm not talking about brand specific things, but just kind of colours and, you know, just use any foundation if you want, you know, just double up on the layers. do you. So yeah, I didn't want to encourage you to have to buy something to complete this look. Hopefully these are things that you already have in your collection or something similar, so you can kind of recreate this look without having to buy something. So that's kind of what I wanted to do with this look. So I'm going to go into the Revolution palette, which is the Reloaded Velvet Rose. If you haven't got this palette, it's actually a really good one. It's a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. It's literally colour by colour a complete dupe. Obviously the formula is not the same, the packaging is not the same, but if you're after that palette and you don't have £40, I mean, not a lot of people do, let's be honest, this is why I've got this one. This is £4, it's a complete steal. So the first colour I'm going to go into is this kind of greyish brown. It's got a hint of purple in it, and I'm going to go straight into the crease with this. I'm taking the same colour on another brush and just putting this on my lower lash line as well. I'm going to try and drag it quite far down a little bit, like I want it to be really smoky and really heavy. At the end of the day, it's Halloween, you don't want to look too glam. Well, you can look as glam as you want, but I kind of want to look a little bit dark-eyed and a little bit spooky. I'm going to take a cleaner brush and just literally smoke this around. Do you know what the great part of Halloween makeup is? You could just stop at any point and, like, I could be a zombie right now. You wouldn't know. So I'm going to go in with this very dark brown with kind of like a petite blending brush. If you don't have a variety of brushes to use, you can just use the same one. Just be a bit more careful and a bit more petite with like where you're going with it, so you can still create the same look. That's kind of what I really wanted from this tutorial, was the basic easiness. Anyone can do it with any tools. Like if you've got loads of brushes or even like 3 brushes, I want you to be able to do this look really easily. So I'm going to take that dark shadow and just apply it to the outer corner and just blend it a little bit, just giving the outer corner some depth. I don't want to put it over the lid, I don't want to put it too much in the crease. I just want to give the outer corner a little bit of depth. So that, believe it or not, is all the crease work and everything that we're going to do. Literally just 2 shadows. It was as easy as that. But because this is Halloween and we want to add a little bit of extra excitement to it, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Electric palette. This, for me, I don't know if they still sell this. I hope they still sell this. Hang on, let me check. So I cannot believe I'm saying this, and they've discontinued it. Do you know how heartbroken I actually am? Because this palette, I'm not even joking, is my favourite palette Urban Decay have ever made. Now I'm really sad. If you can find any dupes of these, then by all means use them. I'm only using this because these are literally like electric shades of coolness. If you can find a dupe that's like drugstore dupe, you go for it. Comment it down below, because what if I use all this one day? What if I need that dupe? So I'm going to go into the electric green called Freak. Not that you need to know because the bloody thing's discontinued. So if you have any green, vibrant green or anything like this, then you use that. I'm going to literally pop this in the inner corners, and I really want to get it in like the hollow of my eye. I have quite like a deep set in a corner, so I'm just going to go like in on it, just like that. Ooh, it looks scary, but stay with it. Okay, so now the green is on, we're going to look even crazier by putting the yellow on top. The yellow is kind of like a hair brighter than the green. I find that they are actually very similar when swatched, but I always find that the yellow is like a greeny yellow because it's so bright. And I'm just going to literally just layer this straight on top. I'm just going to go back in the brush that we used in our crease and literally just fluff out the edges on both the sides of this really cool colour here, just so it doesn't look too like a stamp. It just kind of blends in a little bit. Also notice that I'm not going on top of the green at all. I'm literally just blending out the edges, just where it kind of connects with the rest of the eye. And on top of this kind of cool venomous looking toxic green that we've got going on the inner corners, I'm going to use something that's not discontinued. Thank God. I'm going to use the Barry M holographic eyeshadow topper in the shade Supernova, or 1 Supernova. I don't want it to be spread out. I want it to be like a little dot right on the tear duct. Oh, that looks so cool in the camera. I don't know if it's picking up, but it looks really cool. And I'm just going to take this brush, which is really tiny, but if you don't have a brush like this, just kind of use your pinky finger maybe and blend it into the tear duct a little bit. Just, can you see what I'm doing there? I'm not necessarily moving it around too much. I'm just patting it down. Okay, so there's the topper on. This could easily work for like a snake look if you were going for that sort of look as well, but I really, really love these toppers because they're so iridescent and they just look so unique. They're literally like £5, £4, something like that, and it's at the drugstore, so you can get it on 3 for £2. I love them. I've got all of them. I'm obsessed. So here comes the hard part about the eyes, and it's the liner. I am rubbish at liner, so if I can do it, you can do it. This is just an Essence dip liner. Use the liner that you're happy with using, but I'd preferably say liquid or like a felt tip, just because pencil won't quite make the sleek, fine, it won't make like the fine point that we're looking for. So I just draw a straight line as close as I can to the lash line. Oh god, the pressure. And then what I do is I look at my lower lid and I kind of look at the direction that my lid is going at, so it's going up here. Take it from the outer corner and just flick it up a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. That's not a baby wing, that's huge. Okay, as soon as I have that wing, I go from halfway into the wing, like this, and I kind of just connect it up. Tilt back your head if you find it easier. That's what I do, just tilt back a little bit. So this is what I'd consider taking the longest part of this tutorial, is this eyeliner wing right here, because I'm so rubbish at winged liner. If you're great at winged liner, you'll probably do this in like 2 seconds, but for me this takes like 2 hours. Okay, maybe like 2 minutes, 2 minutes an eye, but this takes me a while. Okay, so while I allow these wing liners to kind of dry down a little bit, I don't want to touch them, I don't want to mess them up anymore, I'm going to just bronzer with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and the Rimmel London Maxi Blush in the shade Sweet Cheeks. I'm just going to apply these on my cheeks really quickly. I'm just going to bronzer, I don't need anything fancy. If you want to contour and do the whole shebang, you do it, but I'm quite lazy and I just want to get it done. While I'm here, I'm just going to do some highlight. I'm going to go into the Becca highlight. I'm opening it from the wrong side. Becca highlight in the shade Opal. This is quite new to me. I've never tried a Becca highlight before, but so far I'm really, really liking it. They're really quite like luminous and beautiful. Okay, so now comes the hard bit that I've been kind of putting off this whole time. Don't know if you could tell. We're going to go back in the liner. Hopefully you're zoomed in enough. Yeah, you're zoomed in as much as I can zoom you in. Apologies, guys. We're going to go from the outer corner of the eye and just make a little dot, and then I want it to go right there. So I made a tiny dot and I want to draw a line that kind of follows the contour of my cheek. And if you made a mistake like I've just done now, it's absolutely fine. This is the start of our cobweb, so this should look okay when it's done. I'm now going to create like another line, a little bit separate. Okay, so now we look like we're broken on one side, but that's absolutely fine. What we're going to do is kind of just do like these C shapes to kind of connect the web, like that. I don't know if you can see this. Am I covering it up? Hopefully you can see this. Try and make sure that your eyeliner is not like blobby on the end either. Kind of like that. I mean, it doesn't have to look perfect. At the end of the day, it's a cobweb. Cobwebs aren't perfect, but that's kind of what we're going for. So I'm going to repeat what I've just done here on different parts of like my eyes and stuff. If you have cobwebs and things like that at hand, I don't unfortunately, because I didn't really think this through, but if you have cobwebs you could always like stick them in your hair as well, like weave bits of web in your hair. It'd look really cool, I feel, if you had like white bits of web dripping down from you all in your outfit. You'd look really like crusty and webby. It'd look really cool. I'm going to go into the shade Deceased by Jeffery Star. This is kind of like the purpley tone I've got in my eye, so that's the plan. I mean, of course, you can apply whatever lip colour you want. I just want to go for this greigey kind of vampy look. Nothing too warm, nothing too alive looking. Okay, now this is a really unnecessary step, but I'm going to use it just because I've got it. This is the shade Venus Flytrap by Jeffery Star. Now, I saw this in my collection and I was like, wait, I never use these things. This is the perfect time. Now's the perfect time, Megan. So this kind of matches my inner corner. If you haven't got this colour, or if you've got nothing similar to this, you could just always apply like a bit of green shadow or something that you used previously on the inner corner, or you don't have to do this step at all. This is like not a necessity. Okay, so finishing touches, just going to put some mascara on. Because I'm loving this lip so much, I want to add this topper on my lips as well, just here, just kind of match the eyes a little bit. I'm going to use these lashes, which is just by Lash Unlimited. I think they're a very small indie company, in the hashtag 9 set. I don't know, they're just kind of spiky and cool. I'm going to use them. Okay, so that is it. That is the look that we have created. A spider queen. It's kind of got venom coming out of her mouth and eyes. I really like it. I personally think this is a really easy makeup look to do. It looks complex, but actually all it is just a handful of items. You don't need all this extra glitter stuff, or if you want to do a different colour, go for a different colour, you know. I'm not stopping you, you do you. So that is all. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have, please do not hesitate to hit the thumbs up. I'm sorry that I haven't been doing many Halloween looks this year. I feel like October has just gone by like that. Thank you guys once again so much for watching this video. I really, really do appreciate it. Remember to subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't already, because I upload every Wednesday and Saturday. I try to. So yeah, that is all from me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Okay. Beautimus. Mr. Snowman, give me a ring. I can't open the palette. Oh no, I can't open it. Oh no, help me. Don't you tell me. Don't you tell me. They discontinued it. I have a dead leg, so we're just gonna... Dead feet. Ouch. Painful. Pins and needles. Eternal doom. Ow. There's a fruit fly. This fruit fly's been in my room for literally a week. I swear to God. Either that, or there's like intermittent fruit flies coming in the house. They're absolutely tiny. It's literally the size of a little pinhead. But it's flying around every time I film. It's not paying rent. It needs to go. I can't really bloody... I've put this in the worst place. I can't see here. I have no eyes. I mean, I do have eyes. I don't have eyes here.